Yo, 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 what up, everybody? I was thinking maybe I was gonna go deep tonight, but nah, I'm gonna do one of these little videos. It'll be a little bit better. Probably, I don't know, I just don't feel like doing it. Go deep tonight is gonna take a long time. I just got back from a baseball game and that shit was fucking whack. So I'm a little tired, but let me talk about what we're gonna talk about today. We're going to talk about the Joker fiasco, the shit going on with the Joker movie. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about why some of that shit is going on and all that other crazy shit. But while we talk about, let's get into it. No, I'm thinking I'm doing a podcast. But yo, check this out. So, you see we got a lot of that people talking about how Joker is gonna be bad, and trying to claim it's like the Heath Ledger fiasco that they had with the guy shooting up the theaters. People, saying all kind of shit about Joker before they even seen the movie. But what we're gonna talk about and what that is showing is what we call fake outrage. If you know really what's going on, or if you can see it, you'll see this a lot. It's like that's how these SJWs, that's their major tactic they use to take down people they don't like. They wait for them to say stuff, or they try to talk to them until they can trigger them into an argument. And then when they trigger them into an argument, they'll find them little stuff. They'll wait for them to say little things so they can play like they're fake outrage over it. And then when they play like they're fake outrage over it, they double down on the fake outrage and, really, really beat it in like, oh my God, I can't believe you said this. You're so, they got so many words. They're so sexist, so misogynist, so racist, so homophobic, so transphobic, or all this other bullshit. But it's good that, we're finally starting to see through it, because that same fake outrage is what they did to Zack Snyder. That same fake outrage is what they did with the Snyder Cut movement, over and over and over. They called us toxic. They can say whatever they want, but when we engage them back, they cry like they're so offended. And I've been talking about that on my last podcast a little bit. And I'm going to talk about that on my next podcast also. This little fake outrage, oh, I'm so offended. It's like a tactic of the left. And not even to get political, but it's what is being used because the SJWs are usually leftists. The SJWs are usually in the Democratic Party. Not saying I'm towing any lines or I'm not right or left. I'm just telling you who's using what and why they're using it. So now you see they're using it on the new Joker movie. Why? Because the Joker movie looks like it's going to be the shit. The Joker movie has already been winning awards. Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor. And it's probably going to be a dope ass fucking movie. So who triggers these, or who initiates these army of little SJW fake outrage people? We think it's Disney. Most people think it's Disney. And knowing how much industry control Disney has, you see why it's coming from all angles right now. You see why it's really coming from everywhere, because they did it with Zack Snyder too. And they skip these movies because they only do it to movies that they think is going to be like competition. They knew Zack Snyder's movies were better than any Marvel movie. They knew Justice League could be probably the greatest comic book movie ever. And even though Batman vs. Superman is still the greatest comic book movie ever, they initiated their little plan before it happened because they're scared of competition. Disney is really scared of competition. They want to dominate the market. They want everybody to be like them. And at first, back in the day with Zack Snyder, Warner Brothers really didn't know how to combat this. Warner Brothers kind of, cuddled and coddled to the little SJWs and tried to do everything they can to fix their movies to the SJW demands. Right now with the Joker, you can see Warner Brothers are striking back where they didn't allow any of the media or the press onto the red carpet at the premiere in Los Angeles because they didn't want none of the actors like Joaquin Phoenix to listen to any of the bullshit that the SJW offended crowd says because like Todd Phillips said, they are using this, oh, I'm so offended. They're really not offended. They're just using that as a like a little tactic to get what they want. They're really not offended. They pick and choose when they want to use this offended shit. And I deal with this all the time. But I know when it's something like this going on, or when it's targeting Zack Snyder, when it's targeting, Joaquin Phoenix, Todd Phillips, and the new Joker movie, that's because they're afraid of you. They're afraid of the competition that you will bring to them. So they initiate their little, oh, I'm so offended bullshit tactic to try to get other people to look at you as less than characteristics, less than character of who you are. They try to diminish your character. They want to hurt your character by saying, oh, he's racist, he's homophobe, he's this, that, or the other. I saw somebody the other day say to Film Gob some bullshit like, hey, your Twitter timeline is full of racist, sexist, all kind of bullshit. And I'm like, Film Gob is like one of the coolest dudes, probably the coolest dudes in this whole movement. Like the shit don't work no more. Y'all can say this bullshit all y'all want, but it don't work. We see through that shit. Warner Brothers is seeing through that shit. This same little fake offended outrage culture is the culture that got us to not have the Snyder Cut. This is what got Zack Snyder out, and they've been doing it before the Justice League movie. Even with Sucker Punch, they were saying all kind of shit with how he's, sexist and, how he feels towards women, how he feels towards his mother. They're saying all kind of bullshit, but it's a tactic. These people are really not offended. I had an issue the other day. I was saying, like, I don't even remember what I said, but I was saying something about, like guns in America or something. Who knows? I forgot, but I don't want to really get into it. But somebody started attacking, trying to use this little tactic on me because, and I've been seeing it. I've seen it where people want to target me and say little things about me to try to diminish my character. And say, like Garza said, oh, you've been to jail, you sold drugs before, you did this and you did that. Somebody else the other day, I was like, oh my God, I was just laughing. But my slang, how I talk, I do to all of my friends all the time. I'd be like, dog, you retarded, just like bullshitting, like it's not even, remember like Black Eyed Peas had a song called Let's Get Retarded? And then they made them change it to say, let's get this started. But even though my slang, how we talk or how we might interact down here, we'd be like, dog, we'll laugh at you and be like, dog, you fucking retarded, just like a little nothing. It's really nothing. It's not dissing anybody with a learning disability. It's just how we talk. So these fuckers was like, oh my God, you used the R word and you like guns. I can't hang around you anymore. I'm so offended. I was like, I don't give a fuck. But then what they try to do is they try to make other people look at you as less than the person who you really are. Make other people, they try to say it in different ways. So when you're targeted like that, you're doing something good. You're doing something that got the competition scared of who you are. And with me, I know I'm touching on subjects that make people a little bit weary because people have been doing some dumb shit in this movement, outside this movement, or whatever. But me, lately, I've been looking in our movement, right? And I've been finding some dumb shit going on within our movement. So when I talk about it, now it rubs people the wrong way or it touches a nerve. But all I'm saying is what we got to all understand is this fake ass, outraged ass culture that we're living in America is just a part of the same NWO that we've been talking about forever. It's a part of the same, because when you try to censor everybody from how they talk or what they say or who they are or anything, you're just doing what dictators do. You're just doing what you can't say anything about Putin and Russia or you'll be in trouble. So it's just small steps to get into that, and that's not what we are. We have freedom of speech in America, but people want to change that, and they're going to try it with the little SJW fake ass outraged ass bullshit. And me right now, I'm letting you know, Joker, I can't wait to see this fucking movie. Warner Brothers, I'm happy y'all standing up against these old bitch ass, fucking stupid ass SJWs. I love it. I wish y'all would have done it with the Zack Snyder movies, and I hope y'all learn y'all lesson, and now maybe y'all can put out y'all Zack Snyder movies and not worry about what the SJWs say, because they're really not outraged. They're just acting like some bitches.